Struggling to lose weight? If you haven't tried these 7 steps, you may have missed out on some transformational weight loss tips. Stick with me until the end to find out how I've incorporated them into my weight loss plan. Hello and welcome. If you're new here, my name is Frank and this is my weight loss journey. Believe it or not, I used to be able to wear these pants with no belt, if you can believe it. I've had some success, but I've also had some failures. Earlier this year, I lost about 40 to 50 pounds, following a lot of the same rules I'm going to share with you today. However, I made so many mistakes along the way. And as we go through the steps, I'm going to share with you what worked, what didn't work, and my plans for fixing them. Before we dive into the steps, I just wanted to remind you, weight loss is a journey. It's about progress, not perfection. Be patient with yourself and stay committed to your weight loss goals. If you're not sure why getting into ketosis is important, remember this. Our bodies have 2 fuel sources, glucose and fat. And the challenge is to get our bodies to burn fat instead of glucose. If we eat an excessive amount of carbohydrates, our bodies will never tap into our fat stores. You'll see in a minute how we can transition your body from burning fat instead of glucose, and make sure to stick around to the end, and I'll share an easy way to monitor your ketone levels if you choose to do so. Okay, the first step, and my least favorite, to getting into ketosis is reduce your carbohydrates. Yesterday, I spent some time watching the top ranked videos on YouTube for how to get into ketosis fast, and the consensus was under 50 grams of carbohydrates, of net carbohydrates. And some even said keep it as low to 0. So what I'm going to do going forward is to try to get it down to 0 just to get into ketosis. After you're in ketosis, maintaining it may be a lot easier to do. You're going to want to avoid sugar, rice, breads, pastas, things like that. So what I'll do is I'll focus on eating a lot of salads and non-starchy vegetables. The second step for getting into ketosis fast is increasing healthy fats. Try incorporating things into your diet such as avocados, coconut oil, olive oil, butter, and fatty cuts of meat. This will help you switch to fat burning. I didn't realize how much fat you should be having, and it's a lot higher than I would have thought. So today I ran out to the store and I purchased some sardines, some nuts, some seeds, some avocados today, and some oils, MCT oil to be exact. And I'm going to start incorporating those into my diet starting today. The third step for getting into ketosis fast is moderate protein intake. The experts suggest about 20 to 25% of our calories should be made up of protein. This is another mistake I made. I've sat down and had a lot of protein at some meals, and it's actually can be counterproductive. If you eat too much protein, it actually spikes insulin, I believe, and will cause you not to lose weight. So just be really conscious of the amount of protein you're taking in. 20 to 25%. Good sources of protein: eggs, fatty fish, meat, and dairy. Step 4 for getting into ketosis fast: intermittent fasting. Fasting helps your body deplete glucose reserves more quickly, forcing it into ketosis faster. I feel very confident that the success I had earlier in the year when I lost that 40 to 50 pounds were due to intermittent fasting. And let me tell you, I am somebody who loves to eat. I look forward to it. I'm eating breakfast. I'm looking forward to lunch. I'm eating lunch. I'm looking forward to dinner, holidays. I love eating. And for me, fasting was not that difficult. Actually, once your body becomes adapted, I feel like it becomes actually a lot easier. Step 5, stay hydrated and balance electrolytes. So if you research keto, you'll probably hear a lot of people talk about electrolytes. Not something I was super familiar with. However, I do drink electrolytes now. I purchased some a while back, and I do drink it at least once or twice per day. They readily available on Amazon, and I will go ahead and post a link as well in the description below. There are a lot of keto supplements. You probably don't need most of them. However, most experts agree that electrolytes are the one supplement you should be incorporating into your diet. Make sure to do that, and it'll minimize maybe the effects of the keto flu, which you may have heard of as well. As you transition into the keto lifestyle, you may have some symptoms, a headache or fatigue, and having the electrolytes in your body or in your system can alleviate some of those symptoms. The 6th step for getting into ketosis fast is exercising. I watched several videos yesterday, and they all talked about high intensity interval training, and only one talked about just walking. So what's the answer? I'm actually going to increase my steps per day, my walking per day. I haven't been very consistent with that, and I'm going to include more strength training in my exercise plan, because I haven't really been doing a good job of that as well. I think the combination of the two will definitely get me into ketosis a little faster and keep me there. The last step in getting into ketosis fast is more of a tip, and that's if you wanted to monitor your ketone levels. There's a few ways to go about it. The first way is just if you feel like you're losing weight, you have more energy, you feel clearer, your appetite's suppressed, you might be in ketosis. These are signs that you may be in ketosis. The other thing is, and it doesn't seem to be too popular from all the videos I watched yesterday, that experts don't really feel that the ketone or the strips that you use to measure your ketone levels that are readily available on Amazon, they don't feel like they're very effective. So I never purchased them myself. I never heard anything really good about them. The last thing you can do is purchase one of these meters here. I had purchased this back in January, and it's pretty easy to use, and I bought it more as a curiosity to see how certain foods would affect my ketosis levels or my ketone levels. So I purchased it. I don't use it every day. I just use it on occasion. So I used it today just out of curiosity to see where I was, because I have been exercising. I have been intermittent fasting and following a lot of these steps for the past 3 weeks. However, I feel like I've been a little sloppy, and I've shared some of those mistakes with you throughout the video. I'm going to be a little more dialed in. I purchased some foods today and some things that are going to help me get into ketosis a little faster and start seeing those weight loss results that I had seen earlier in the year. So this is another option for you if you're interested in measuring or monitoring your ketone levels. I'm going to list all these steps in the description, along with some resources you may find helpful to get you into ketosis faster. Here's a recap of what we covered. Reduce your carbohydrates, increase healthy fats, moderate protein intake, intermittent fasting, stay hydrated with electrolytes, exercise, and monitor your ketone levels. If you follow these steps, it'll help you get into ketosis, and once you're in, maintaining a low-carb, high-fat diet will keep you there. If you found value in this video, consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.